Hello guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to Championship predictions for the upcoming weekend games. There's so many videos coming out at the moment, so do show your support, hit that like button, do make sure you've subscribed, and I'm joined by Sophie. It's neck and neck, 85 points each in the Championship predictions.
I told you it's getting closer. Oh, this could go either way this weekend, to be honest.
There's some big games. Let's get straight into it. We've got a game on the Friday night, and it's Reading up against Preston North End. Preston are right on the edge of the playoffs. They've been picking up some good results. They're now away from home against Reading, who got a decent 0-0 against Luton, and Reading are battling all right in some games, maybe getting a bit unlucky in places as well. And I did have a Reading fan giving me stick saying I don't back them enough. I might just edge them here. I think because they're the home team, they might just have a bit too much. We'll see. I think it'll be close, but 1-0 Reading.
Yeah, I won't lie, I never really back Reading. They're a hard team to predict, and I'm not going to predict them to win this either. I think it's going to be a draw. I think Preston are playing quite well. They're grinding out a couple of wins now. But for me, it's going to be a 0-0 stalemate.
Oh, okay. All right, next up we go to Bramall Lane. This is a big one. Sheffield United versus Burnley.
This is massive.
This is a crazy game.
Yeah.
Sheffield United, to make it interesting, have actually started to pick up some more results. They're back in form. But Burnley, they are still top, and they did it dramatically against Rotherham in midweek. They scored 2 in stoppage time. 90+10, the winner. What a late goal that is. So I think I backed Burnley to beat Rotherham comfortably, and they do get sucked into these games. I thought they might have to settle for a draw there. I think if they don't go for it 100%, Sheffield United are a team that could certainly take advantage. I think this will be really close to call, so I'm going to say 1-1.
Yeah, I'm also going to sit on the fence. I'm going to go for Desmond. I'll say 2-2. I think it's two really good teams that are going to finish within the top 4 for me. And yeah, I think there's going to be goals as well, so an entertaining 2-2.
Okay, next up we go to Ewood Park as Blackburn Rovers take on Huddersfield. Blackburn was shocking against Coventry, I must say, but they're obviously doing something right to be up there in the table, and they're up against Huddersfield, which at the moment does seem to be the easiest game of the season because Huddersfield are bottom. You'd have thought that win against Millwall would be something for them to go off, but then they lost 2-0 to Sunderland in midweek. I think Blackburn will get back to winning ways, 2-0.
Yeah, for me, I did see a few Blackburn fans saying that the manager kind of changed things around against Coventry, which I'm not too sure, because they were playing very good football before getting the win, so maybe that's a bit of a freak result against us. I do think they're going to get back to winning ways. We didn't see the best of them, but I've seen them in other games and they do look good, so for me they're going to win 2-0. Okay,
next up we go to Bloomfield Road. It's Blackpool up against Luton Town. Luton are continuously back and they continuously draw. They got a 0-0 against Reading. Blackpool, meanwhile, after beating Coventry, lost late on to West Brom. So this game really sits in the balance. And I would go for a draw, but I go for draws too often, don't I?
We do, yeah.
I'm going to edge the home team. Luton keep letting me down in these predictions, so I'm going to go Blackpool 2-1.
Yeah, I'm going to say 1-0 Blackpool. Luton keep letting me down. Every single time I back them, they lose, so they'll probably win this now. Blackpool, when we played them, I thought they looked very good. And that's away from home, so with the home crowd as well, I do see them winning this one, but not by many, so just 1-0.
1-0. Okay, next up, Middlesbrough take on Bristol City. Bristol City are not looking great.
No, they started very strong, and now right down there.
It'd be a concern if you're a Bristol City fan. Meanwhile, Middlesbrough, there's a good win at Hull. They won 3-1, and I can see them making it another win here. I think they'll have a bit too much. I feel like Bristol City might get on the score sheet, but defensively, I'm not sure. I'm not convinced by them. I'll say 2-1 Borough.
Yeah, last couple of games Bristol City have actually played a little bit better, but they're not getting anything from it. So I think it's going to be the same story against Borough. Borough, I think they're going to start climbing the table now, which they shouldn't be where they are, let's be honest. And for me, they're going to win 2-1.
2-1?
Yeah.
Okay, next up we go down to the Den as Millwall take on Hull, the Lions versus the Tigers. This for me is actually quite an easy one. I can't see Hull winning this. I genuinely can't. I think Hull look really bad, and I said a few weeks ago I'm concerned for them at the rate of goals they're conceding. And Millwall, although not convincing on the road, at home I do feel confident backing them to win. I think Millwall will beat Hull 2-1.
Oh, I thought you were going to go for the trusty 1-0 prediction. I was thinking, no, don't copy me. I do see Millwall getting 3 points at home. As you said, with Hull, it's not looking very good for them at the moment. So I'm going to back Millwall to win 1-0.
Oh, you love it. Millwall 1-0.
Millwall 1-0.
Next up, QPR take on West Bromwich Albion. They both got credible results in midweek. QPR got a 0-0 at Norwich. I thought they played okay. They hung on in there. Norwich did hit the post and create a few good chances. And West Brom, massive win. They needed that. I was seeing it 0-0, 6-7 minutes till full time, thinking it's not a great result because they need to get wins. And they did snatch it against Blackpool, and they are off the foot of the table. If they can win this, they can really start moving up the table. But I think this is quite an ask. I think QPR at home, they've been all right so far this season. I think they'll win 3-1.
Oh, okay. No, I'm actually going to back a draw. I think in recent games, QPR haven't looked the team they did about 3 or 4 games ago. I do think they're going to get back in good form again, but West Brom, they can be really tough team to break down, and I think it's going to be a draw. Share of the scores for me, 1-1.
Okay, next up we go to Rotherham. They take on Norwich City. Do you know what? Rotherham gave Burnley a really decent game. They took the lead twice.
Yeah.
Bit of a concern is Bramall got sent off in that one. Obviously, he's a very decent player. He scored against Coventry. Norwich City, meanwhile, got a bit frustrated by QPR, just the 0-0 draw. I wouldn't have thought I'd go for this kind of result at the start of the season, but Rotherham won, Norwich won.
Oh, okay, you think a draw. I'm going to say Norwich win. I'm not taking anything away from Rotherham because I think they have put in a few good performances recently, but Norwich, they've just got to hit some good form at some point, and I think this could be the game that kind of kick-starts it. So for me, 2-0 Norwich. 2-0
Norwich. Okay. Next up, Stoke City take on Birmingham City. Birmingham got a 0-0 at home against Millwall, and Stoke a massive 1-0 win away at Wigan. That was a massive game with both teams down there, and Stoke have moved up the table a little bit.
Yeah, but let's be honest, they should be winning that, shouldn't they? They
should
be. I know, like, table positions, but they should be winning that. No offence, Wigan fans.
This is a big game. Stoke will want to make it back-to-back wins. Birmingham are still doing pretty well in mid-table. Yeah. I might struggle to separate this one. I think if Birmingham were at home, I might edge them. But Stoke, with that win and now being at home, I'll sit on the fence and say 1-1.
Yeah, I was so tempted to say 1-1, but I don't think I've backed Blues yet. And at times they are looking actually all right. And Stoke at times aren't. So I'm actually going to back Blues to get an away win, 1-0.
1-0, wow, okay. Next up, we go to the Stadium of Light. Sunderland take on Cardiff. Sunderland, big win against Huddersfield. Yeah, they needed that. I feel like they've slipped down the table a bit. They've had a couple of injuries, but that was a big win. Cardiff City just keep losing. They look really poor at the moment. They took the lead against Watford, and obviously Watford are a good team, but they still threw it away, Cardiff. I feel like Sunderland, at home, big crowd, I think they're going to win convincingly. 3-1.
Okay, yeah, I'm same kind of deficit. I'm going to go 2-0 Sunderland. I think being at home, they've got that advantage. Cardiff aren't in good form. So yeah, for me, Sunderland going to get the win, so 2-0.
Okay, next up, down to South Wales as Swansea City take on Wigan Athletic. Swansea just need, sort of back-to-back wins or something just to cement their place in the top 6 because it is all so tight around playoff margin. Meanwhile, Wigan Athletic are really slipping down the table, so massive opportunity here for Swansea. I think if they don't win this, it's a poor result considering the form Wigan are in. Meanwhile, Wigan just need anything. Even a draw would be a decent result. I don't see that happening. They're in poor form. Swansea 2-1.
Yeah, I'm going to say 3-1 Swansea. I've said it quite a few times now. I think Swansea play really good football at times. I like the manager. I think they've got a good team. Wigan, they're in the relegation zone now. It's not looking too good for them at all. So yeah, 3-1 Swansea. Okay
then, and save the best till last. Watford versus Coventry City. Coventry have picked up 5 wins in 9. Starting to move up the table a bit. Watford have actually found their form again. So if both teams come into this,
time in Watford.
If both teams come into this with the positivity from recent results, it could be an entertaining game. If you look at it on paper, Watford have got more quality, being a relegated side, but I think Coventry are proving to be pretty good on the road recently. We won away at Cardiff, we won away at Stoke. We've had a few home games between now and then. And I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet here, but I think we could battle and get something. I think Coventry are starting to move up the table. Watford 2, Coventry 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would take a draw because of the form they're in and being away from home. We have got quite a few injuries. I don't know if Hamer's going to be back. I think it was just a dead leg, which is promising. But we have got a few injuries. I really want to back us to win, but I don't know. I think it's a really big ask at Vicarage Road. So I'm going to say 1-1.
Okay, but still a draw. We'll take a draw. We'll take a draw.
Positive,
We'll see what happens. That wraps up our championship predictions, guys. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Thank you for joining me, Sophie.
Thank you, and I'd like to say a massive thank you to Josiah, who's supported the channel for a long time now. So thank you for your continued support.
Special shout out there. We'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.